Hello there and welcome back to France. Last time, well, we had a war against the Ottomans, and as a result of that war we ended up releasing Syria and Iraq. And apparently it seems that I might have screwed up a little bit here, because if these guys walk through Syria, it seems like they'll actually... Well, I have no idea if they can actually walk all the way home. We'll figure that out real soon, but that isn't the point here. We had a war against Ottomans where we got Syria, Iraq and Greece released more or less, or I had to release Greece because I want them to eat up these 4 other provinces. I also handed back some provinces back to Hungary, and the result of that is that they do no longer want to have or become my vassals, so I might actually have to eat up Portugal to sort that out, but we'll figure it out soon enough. Holstein is definitely on the menu very soon, and on that note, I'll most likely get my troops into position and we'll be going after Sweden once again. And this time I'll basically take the last 3 provinces of the Swedes, and also most likely take these 3 provinces or something and hand it over to Denmark and have them eat it for me. We'll have to see, but that is basically what seems to be the case. We'll also try to get ourselves into the war against Zhou, since Ming is a vassal, and I still haven't figured out what happened to Amago here, so who knows. I might actually have to submit a bug report or something. It's probably something to do with how Japan works, but even so, it's kind of weird. So I'll have to figure it out. Khmer and Champa, I believe, still are in the coalition against me. They are, but I think Gvalio left. Arkan. I might actually have to consider going after the Horde. Potentially, is a good way to drag in Malabar, because they are not in the coalition against me and they'll still drag in Malabar for me without any issues. So that is potentially something that I will do. So we'll see how this plays out. For now, I'll be selling the provinces and preparing for a war against Sweden. So we'll see how that works out. As you can see, my troops are basically in position, and as such I think we are ready for a war against them, or against the Swedes here. I think, well, they actually have entered the coalition again, so I'll have to declare on one of their allies, potentially the Teutons here. So as such, I'll be fabricating another claim on them, and then we will be preparing for war here. I could always vassalize these guys as well, so don't really want to though. So for now, we'll be fabricating a claim and preparing for war, I guess. But in the meantime, we'll most likely fight somewhere else. Persia is definitely a target, because, well, then I can hand over more provinces to the Timurids. But if we do a quick little look here on the coalition map, as you can see, the war against the Ottomans basically brought the entire world onto my doorstep. They do now hate me very much. The exception to this is Aragon. They did not actually get a single point, neither did Mali, Swahili, or anyone in this area. So I find that kind of hilarious. But in that case, I'm pretty sure that the declaring a war on these guys, yeah, it will actually bring in a couple of big guns, and those big guns are kind of scary because they are Great Britain and Muscovy. But all in all, it should potentially be a good move. So I'll most likely do it and aim at taking the Great Britain area here. But Muscovy is definitely going to be the tricky part here. So I'll have to I'll be moving my guys, I think, to this front here. And we'll see how we'll deal with that. But for now, it's a little bit interesting, especially when you think about the fact that I'll have basically the longest frontier ever. So we'll be doing some sieges up here. I have no idea how many troops Muscovy actually have right now. That is actually something that would be interesting to check. So we might as well just do that. Get these troops up north and check out how the military ledger looks now on troops. As you can see, well, that screws up quite. They have about 200,000, but they also have quite a lot of manpower, so they'll most likely churn out troops the entire war, which is kind of bad. But another thing that's kind of speaking against me going to war right now is that I actually have a loan outstanding that I forgot about. So I'll just focus on paying that one, and we'll be looking for other opportunities for warfare. Most likely just go after the Swedes for a simple war, more or less. So we'll wait and see what we actually end up with. Due to the fact that there are very much, if you go here, as you can see, my religious unity is going down rather rapidly, and also there's a lot of Reformed and Protestant provinces. So I'll actually go ahead and push or take the Edict de Nantes. It will give me -1 to tolerance of the true faith, but will give tolerance of heretics +2, along with 25% religious unity. And that should actually bring it almost up to 100%, and also among those lines I get well, I basically now have to only deal with heretics, or not heretics, basically heathens, because well, heretics and the true faith are basically at the same tolerance, so I don't have to convert it anymore. We'll simply leave it as it is. So apparently Muscovy declared war on Crimea, which is could potentially get me another well, area of war. But as you can see there, it seemed that the Malabarians or Malabar actually left the coalition, and they did. So that is actually well, who am I to argue? We have a war target, and I'm pretty sure half morale will actually be enough to win this war. So we'll declare, and we'll be aiming to grow Kandash this time, and basically that's all we'll be doing. So I'll probably take about 3 provinces here, and that's it. So with that in mind, we'll simplify war. I might even just go ahead and cut them in 2 by taking these 3, for example. We'll have to consider it once we actually decide. So I'll be moving out my troops, and we'll see how it turns out. Well, I was going to show a little bit of fun surprise, but I had an army. I ended up flying. But as you can see here, Colombian separatists have appeared in Castile, and they have to be dealt with because, well, I'm not actually willing to give up any lands up here, and they're just some English pretend rebels there. But Canada has broken free from well, Norway, which is kind of funny to say the very least. But potentially now the Canadians will be well, trying to I guess take out Norway, take their colonies. I have no idea. It'll simply be fun to see how things actually turn up in this area, thanks to those things that are going. But at least now I can annex the Portuguese as soon as this war is over. We'll start the annexation, and I'll most likely also then get Holstein done, so I can start the annexation of Holstein and also England and get that all done right away. But as you know, I need to deal with Great Britain before I can do England, so I'll have to wait still a little bit further down the line. I'm a little bit trigger happy, I guess you could say. But Castile, at the very least, can very soon be start working. We simply have to annex Aragon, and then we are set, I guess. So we'll see how this actually turns out. But for now, Shimazu is still alive, which is a positive thing, because if they suddenly disappeared like Amago, I would be rather pissed. But for now, it seems that I have troops in the wrong area of the world, because we are basically sieging a lot of their lands here, and that is beneficial. I'm a little bit unsure how it would actually go if I were to make a peace deal right now with these guys, but let's see here. Can I actually force them to... No, I cannot. Let's see here, Taungu, nope. I can't force you over to take... I'll take 2 provinces, hand them over to the Timurids, grow that way. And I'll also take a couple more here, hand over to these guys. I'll do just that. And I'll also take these 3 provinces here, create Madurai, and thus have 2 vassals more or less here that I can grow. And basically by that I'll be taking, I think, these 2 Costa and this one here, and giving them to Madurai so I can grow them along the coast. We'll see how that goes. Also got an upgrade to military tech, level 28, Cuirassier, and with that we get a plus 25% increase in our maneuver value, which means they'll move faster, and also the infantry shock plus 0.5. Also, it seems that I have now new knights to use, I think Cuirassier, and that should help out a little bit as well. But I'll just have to wait for these sieges to finish, and then we'll be making peace with these guys, so we'll see how it goes. We got the next admin idea, which is organized recruitment. Gives a bonus to recruitment time minus 10%, rather good. We are currently sieging well, a lot of the provinces, and it's actually going rather quickly. Only Costa left, and then we'll be making peace, so that's at least well. And other than that, not really much happening. But I will go ahead and take this diplomatic tech upgrade to level 25. 3 deckers, the best big ship more or less. We can now start building. I probably will get some of them. Naval morale increased by 0.5, and also we have increased naval maintenance by 25%. Not too great, but it'll help out in the long run, I think. Also, next time we do a military upgrade, we'll get new troops all over. We'll be getting the impulse or square infantry, and after that, level 30 is the best infantry we can get. So we'll be waiting for that, see how that turns out. But for now, as I said, I'll simply wait for the sieges to end here, and then we'll be making peace for, well, what I said to begin with. We'll simply show it down the line. So, as I said, I'll be waiting for sieges to end, and then we'll be making peace. There we go. This will be the peace deal. I'll be taking 3, 6, 7 provinces. I'll be getting a lot more aggressive expansion, and basically it will make sure that all of Asia now will enter the coalition against me as well. The Teutons were actually the first ones, and they were basically who I was going to use to attack France. So that was a very bad thing to have happened, more or less. So hopefully now I can at least try and sell some of these provinces over to well, let's see here. Economy, sell. Let's see if they'll take it, or if I have to. No, they'll actually take it straight away, which is good. Then I don't actually have to convert it. I think I have to convert Vinagia and Misore. So yeah, I have to do that before I can actually sell them. I'll see if I can sell the other one too. That would be Crete, Gavalio. A lot of people will be entering military coalition. Papal State actually left, so that is actually it doesn't actually give any kind of sense on who actually will join or leave, depending on this scale on how things are going, which I kind of find hilarious. But even so, we can't really do anything about it or do much about it in this case. What I will be doing, however, now is start the integration of Portugal, and that should be a little bit fun, or give me some results. Most likely the entire world's still in coalition against me, but we'll have to see here. And I currently have my troops marching over here to try and help get these guys to stop their Colombian retreat, more or less. But yeah, we'll be most likely trying to get ourselves into war with Great Britain or anyone else, but for the time being we'll just take a quick look here on the coalition map mode. And as you can see, basically the biggest nation of the world are in the coalition against us. The only one who kind of remained peaceful and not kind of in I don't care mode is the Muscovites, and I find that a little bit surprising. But as you can see, the only ones who aren't actually in the coalition against me are people I actually haven't declared war on directly myself, or basically people who doesn't care what I do, or vassals, in this case Timurids, Iraq, Syria, Kandesh, Madurai, Ming. Well, these guys don't care too much, but that's their own. So as you can see, even if you go for one big war, or even if you take a couple big war, you won't actually be able to snatch that much land before you have the entire world against you. So basically, I recommend, if you do try to do this, as things are now, once you actually try to get the coalition against you, you should probably do it during the last few years. Switzerland, everyone here are leaving, so potentially what I could do now is declare war on them, go for a quick annex, and I don't know, core it myself. It would be expensive, really expensive, so I wouldn't actually advise on that. But yeah, unfortunately, as I've said before, if you expect this to actually end up as a world conquest, I have to disappoint you. I gave up that ambition quite a while ago, thanks to how things were going. So unfortunately, it will not be most likely be happening. We'll most likely have to do it some other way, some other time. So yeah, give me a little bit of input here. Do you want me to continue this, play to the end? I'll probably be able to snatch some more lands here and there. Try and bypass the coalition by basically declaring war on either their neighbors or their vassals, but not the vassals. In Malabar's case, I can declare on their unions, because I believe they have 1 or 2 unions that aren't in the coalition. That doesn't matter. Declare on the allies that aren't in coalition is the only way, as far as I can see, to bypass it, except for doing the Malabar way. So yes, I'll have to do a little bit of thinking, and I'll have to ask you guys once again if I should continue this one, or if I should just wait until 1.3 comes out and see if that makes any changes to it, so it's actually possible to make gains or not. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll be converting these two so I can sell it to Kandesh, and then I'll probably start the integration of Kandesh itself. So we'll have to see how this turns out, but for now, not really that much I can do, so I guess I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and please tell me if I should continue, and also come with suggestions to things that I could test out to simply find out how the mechanics work, to get better, or to get some more experience for future playthrough, future gameplays, and so forth. So or let's plays, I guess is the right word. So once again, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.